Can you guys hear me now? If you guys could, if you guys can hear me, if you let me know in the chat if you can hear me or not. I think I fixed. Awesome. Very good. All right. What I was saying while I was muted, we're just going to wait another minute to let people get in here. But if you can't stay for the whole duration of this, it should only be 10, 15 minutes or so. But this will save to our YouTube page, so you can come back and check on it later. And even during the challenge itself, if you have any questions, you can come back and reference this, or of course, reach out to us and ask as well. But we'll give people another minute to get in here, and then we'll start talking about the challenge a little bit. Thanks for joining us tonight. All right, we will get started. So again, thanks for joining us. We're going to talk a little bit about the 800-gram challenge in its entirety today. I'll give you guys a chance to ask questions as well. As I'm going, if you have any questions, just type them into the chat here, and I will get to them as soon as I can. So first things first, the challenge is starting next Monday, August 3rd, and it's going to be exactly 4 weeks in length. So it's going to be, a week is going to be Monday to Sunday. So the 4 weeks is going to start on August 3rd, and then it will end on Sunday, August 30th. So 4 full weeks there of nutrition for you. And this will all be tracked through SugarWOD. So when you guys sign up, and you can sign up, there should be a link in the description on this video below where you can click and sign up for it. If you are a member of CrossFit National or CrossFit Sauhegan, you can use the code MEMBER15 for $15 off. If you're not a member, that's okay too, and you'll get access to some at-home workouts during these 30 days as well. So you're not only getting nutrition, but you're getting some at-home bodyweight workouts to do as well. So after you sign up, we're going to be running everything through the app called SugarWOD. So if you're already a member of the gym, you're probably pretty familiar with this app. It's how we track all of our workouts on a daily basis. If you're not familiar with it, it is a free app, and it's called, again, SugarWOD, all one word. That's WOD, SugarWOD. You download that on the App Store, either iPhone or Android. And when you download it, you're going to create a username using your email and your password, and then it's going to bring you to a main page where you can add us as your gym. So hopefully you guys can see this. This is what the main page looks like when you first sign up. What you're going to do is click on these little hamburgers up in the left-hand corner there, these 3 little white lines, and you're going to hit browse available gyms, or when you first sign up, it might actually say join my gym as well. You're going to punch in Primal Athletics, not CrossFit Nashua or CrossFit Sauhegan. We're going under Primal Athletics. And then once you sign up for that, it's going to have you re-sign in again. When you go back there, you'll see Primal Athletics on top, and you just make sure you click on that, and that's going to bring you to the home page. Once you scroll down, I don't know if you guys can see that there. There's a little thing that says workout of the day. If you tap on that, it's going to say switch tracks. And what you're going to do is not live yet, but it will say 800-gram challenge. Every day you can go back and forth between the workout of the day and your nutrition challenge information right inside that SugarWOD app. And again, that's free on the App Store for Apple or Android. And in the app, you're going to get a daily video explaining just some information for the day, what we're trying to accomplish with eating 800 grams of fruits and vegetables. Some little tips and tricks along the way, from prepping vegetables to some recipes, to how to prepare fruits in different ways. You're going to get a lot of information on a daily basis over the course of the 4 weeks. So going back to the challenge itself, if you have any more questions about SugarWOD, go ahead and type them in the chat, and I'll get to that afterwards. Going back to the challenge itself, it's called the 800-gram challenge because what we're trying to do is eat 800 grams by weight of fruits or vegetables, or a combination of the two, every single day. And what this does is it allows us to drive some high quality eating by kind of pushing out some poorer food choices. So you do have the option to eat whatever you would like after you hit your 800 grams of fruits and vegetables. If you wanted to, you could eat 800 grams of fruits and vegetables and nothing else. You could eat your 800 grams of fruits and vegetables and eat pizza. We definitely recommend eating some more higher quality whole foods, maybe some lean meats and some other better foods and maybe some processed foods. But if you wanted to, you could. And it's going to allow for some imperfection in this diet as well. It's kind of a nice little introduction to tracking food if you've never done that before, and watching what is going into your body here. So This also allows for your own food preferences. You can choose any types of fruits and vegetables you like. Even if you don't like vegetables, you could do 100 grams of fruits every day, or vice versa. If you didn't like fruits, you can do 100 grams of vegetables every day. And you can mix it up with any fruits or vegetables you do like, and you can kind of make this fit your own diet and your own needs here. So no foods are restricted during the challenge, but only fruits and vegetables will count towards your 800-gram total. So it's not 800 grams of total food. It's 800 grams by weight, again, of fruits and vegetables every day. So what does 800 grams look like? It sounds like it's a lot, but quite honestly, 800 grams of fruits and vegetables can fit on one dinner plate. It's roughly about 6 to 7 cups, depending on what types of fruits and vegetables you're choosing from, but about 6 cups a day. So if you broke it up into 3 meals, you're looking at about 2 cups of fruits and vegetables a day, and that's definitely very, very doable. Any questions so far on what this is? Just want to make sure I'm not going too fast for you guys. All right. So again, this is going to allow for some your user food preferences and optimization. So if you're already doing macros or macronutrient counting, you can still do this challenge and try to sneak in some more fruits and vegetables on top of it, and you just track them right along with all the other food you're eating. And again, we're trying to drive some high quality eating here by pushing out some of those poor food choices. And again, you can accept some of the imperfection in this diet. If you eat just your fruits and vegetables and nothing else, you're still doing pretty good every day. So we have some scoring we want to go over here too. So we're using the SugarWOD app because we're going to keep track of scores, and there will be a winner at the end of this that's going to win a nice Whole Foods gift card. So you can turn this into a nice shopping trip for yourself. So the scoring, there's 8 possible points you can get a day. And that can be, you can get points in various different ways here. Your first way, and the way you're going to get the most points, is by eating your 800 grams of fruits and vegetables every day, at least. And that's not a minimum. You don't need to be, or that is a minimum. You don't need to be exact. If you want to eat more, you can. If you want to eat 1,000 grams of fruits and vegetables every day, you can do that as well. But anything less than 800, and you're not going to get any points there. But if you do hit that minimum of 800, you will get 4 big points here. So that's the most you can get. Not the most you can get in a day, but that's the way you can get the most points. So 4 points for eating 800 grams of fruits and vegetables. If you work out that day, whether it's in class or if you're not a member of the gym currently and you're going to do the at-home workouts, you're going to log your workout in that same SugarWOD app, and you will also get 1 more point for that. So you can get 4 points for eating your 800 grams of fruits and vegetables, 1 point for working out, and then there's 2 different ways you can get bonus points. But this is important here. You can only get bonus points if you first hit your 800 grams of fruits and vegetables. All right. So if you don't hit 800 grams, say you only get to 650 that day, but you do the 2 bonus segments, you don't get those bonus points. They only count if you eat 800 grams. All right. So it was a little confusing. So again, 4 points for eating 800 grams of fruits and vegetables, 1 point for working out, and then you can possibly get a bonus 2 points if your 800 grams was from 6 different items. So we're going for diversity here. Now you could, if you wanted to, get your 800 grams of just, say, potatoes every day. But if you wanted to mix it up and get an additional 2 points, you could do it from spinach, broccoli, strawberries, cauliflower, blueberries, mushrooms, potatoes. If you eat 6 different things that add up towards your 800 grams, you're going to get 2 bonus points there. All right. And then every week, there will be a weekly challenge where you can get a bonus point, 1 bonus point per day. And that challenge will change weekly. And those are kind of a surprise coming up. So I don't want to give anything away just yet. But again, the diversity 2 points and the bonus challenge point only count if you eat your 800 grams of fruits and vegetables. All right. Anything so far on that? All right. Great question. Marcy says, is there a food scale that you recommend? Food scale will definitely help here. You don't necessarily need one. But they do definitely help. If you want to do it just by measuring with cups, you can do that as well. Again, we're looking for about 6 or 7 cups a day. I got a food scale right here. This brand is called Nourish. I think this was maybe $12 at Walmart. They're not expensive. You don't need to spend a ton of money on one. You can find them pretty much anywhere too. Target, Walmart, most of your Walgreens, Rite Aids probably have them. Amazon, obviously, your trusty Amazon has one as well. But those will definitely help. I do recommend getting one if you don't have one already, but you don't necessarily need one if you don't have one. That's a good question there from Marcy. So again, one more time, just going over the points. 4 points if you eat a minimum of 800 grams a day. 1 point for working out. 2 bonus points if you hit your 800 grams and get it from 6 various items. And then 1 bonus point for hitting your 800 grams and doing the weekly challenge. All right. So going forward here, you must be able to weigh the food as a standalone or unprocessed item. So what I mean by that, say you buy a canned soup, and the canned soup that has some spinach in it. It's going to be really hard to try to measure that canned soup if you'd have to pick out all the individual spinach and measure it from there. So that stuff like that some processed items might be very hard for us to weigh. We need to weigh them as a standalone item. So weigh or measure them before you put the food item in a recipe. It does not matter if the item is cooked, canned, frozen, or fresh, but we need to weigh them as a standalone item. Not if it comes in a can with a ton of water in it, you want to drain that water first. So any type of water or juices that may come in a canned fruit or vegetable do not count towards that weight. Going forward, dried fruits and vegetables do not count. So that's a big one there. Dried fruits and vegetables do not count. We want fresh fruits or vegetables. Again, they can be cooked, canned, frozen, or fresh, but we don't want dried. We want the full nutrients there. We want the full weight of those fruits and vegetables. So dried fruits and vegetables do not count. And juices do not count. All right, so a fruit juice will not count towards your total. Don't try to get sneaky on that and start weighing out 6 cups of apple juice every day. Juices will not count. You cannot count fruits or vegetables in processed or packaged foods. So potatoes as potato chip forms do not count. Again, we're looking for more of a whole food kind of approach here. So again, trying to get sneaky on those rules there. Potato chips don't count, even though they are made from potatoes. Peas inside of a chicken pot pie will not count as a vegetable. Again, we need to weigh them as a standalone item. Going forward, like apples in an apple pie, etc. Those do not count. They need to be the sole fruit or vegetable there in an unprocessed form. You can count fruits and vegetables you weigh before making a recipe, like we just talked about. So if you're making a chili and you want to put some veggies in it, weigh those veggies individually before adding them to the chili, and those will count. Or say you're making a smoothie as well. A smoothie is a great way to sneak in some extra fruits and vegetables if you struggle with hitting that 800 grams. So again, weigh them out before you put them in the blender, and you can make a nice, delicious smoothie out of some fruits and vegetables there. Canned items are okay if in water or spices only. But again, we want to drain that water out. But a good example of that might be like a tomato sauce. So if you buy a canned tomato sauce and you look at the ingredients and the only ingredients are pureed tomatoes and spices, then that's good. If you buy a tomato sauce and there's a huge list of 10 different ingredients, bunch of preservatives, sugars, you name it there, that will not count. So again, we're going to be a little lenient with some of the whole foods here, but really if the only ingredients in it are the vegetable or fruit itself, spices, and water, then that will count towards your 800 grams per day. So any refuse like peels, cores, or skins that you're not consuming, those should not be included. So if you're going to eat an orange, you want to peel it first before weighing it, because obviously you're not eating that orange peel, so that will not count towards your 800 grams. Same thing with any apple cores. If you're going to eat some sliced apples, throw away the core first. Any type of peels, cores, or skins that you're not consuming, those won't count towards the weight. The expectation is that you weigh and measure at home or work, etc. You can eyeball fruits and vegetable servings from a restaurant, or try to use a restaurant's website nutrition info where available. If there isn't any nutrition info on the restaurant's website, most restaurant vegetable portions are somewhere between 75 to 85 grams. So if you're really in a pinch, it's depending on how big the portion is, usually somewhere in the 75 to 85 gram range. That's kind of a ballpark estimate. If you're really don't know what to put in, just put in 75 grams there and try to eat a little more somewhere else during the day. But our goal here is to try to not be eating out every day and trying to make more food at home that we're going to bring with us to work. So we can try to get used to tracking food and also prepping food a little bit and eating some better food. Don't worry about the oil contribution when weighing cooked food. So say you're going to saute up some nice fresh vegetables out of your garden, and you put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. You don't need to worry about wiping the olive oil off to weigh it afterwards. If you can weigh it before you put it in the pan, that's great. If you forget, you can just weigh it afterwards, and don't worry about the oil contribution when weighing your cooked items. All right. Any questions on any of those rules so far? We're going to go more into like what foods are acceptable and what aren't in just a moment here. All right, nothing so far. If you think of any questions, just type them in the chat there, and I'll come right back to them. Some frequently asked questions on foods that are either a yes or a no. So first, avocados. Avocado is a fruit, so you will count it, but again, you won't count the peel or the pit from that as well. So you're only going to count the actual avocado meat that you are eating out of that avocado, not the peel or the pit. Coconuts. Coconuts again are a fruit, but you will again not count the husk or the shell itself, only count the fresh meat that you eat out of that coconut. All right, so dried coconut flakes will do not count. We're not counting dried fruits or vegetables here. The fresh meat out of a coconut counts, but coconut milk and juices don't count. Obviously, I'm not saying you need to squeeze out the juice or milk from fresh coconut, but a coconut drink will not count towards your fruits and vegetables there. Corn. Uh, Corn, as in corn on the cob or whole corn kernels, those will count. So your fresh corn on the cob or even a frozen bag of corn kernels that you cook, you may count those. But any type of corn derivatives, cornmeal, popcorn, that will not count towards your 800 grams there. So again, looking more towards the whole food. If you're ever questioning, does this count or not? Kind of ask yourself, does this grow in nature? If so, it probably counts. Popcorn does not grow in nature, unfortunately, so that will not count towards our 800 grams. So fermented foods, this was a question someone asked, and pickled foods. So your kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles, if it is just vegetables and again, just vegetables in a water or a juice, these will count. We're going to try to drain the water out. So say you buy a bag of sauerkraut, and usually comes in a bunch of juices in there too. Try to drain those juices out and weigh it the best you can with just the vegetable. But make sure you check that the packaging on that and the ingredients list. If anything, any type of fermented or pickled foods, if the brine includes sugar, this does not count. We're not trying to eat extra sugar here, only the natural occurring sugars that are inside of fruit. So if you're buying a packaged food of fermented or pickled foods, try to check the package, and if it includes sugar, it will not count. All right, the big one here, French fries. I know they're made from potatoes, but commercially fried anything is out for the 800 gram challenge. We are not counting it. So any type of fried foods will not count. Now, if you want to make some French fries at home and you cut up some fresh potatoes or sweet potatoes and roast them at home, maybe a little bit of olive oil on it and some spices, and you bake it, that is fair game. All right, so no commercially fried foods or even fried foods at home. But roasted or baked at home are all fair game there. Grains do not count. Your quinoa, your buckwheat, stuff like that, grains will not count towards your 800 gram challenge here. So no grains. Legumes will count. So your beans and your peas, those will count except for peanuts. I know peanuts are technically a legume, but we're not counting any type of tree nuts here in this 800 gram challenge. So beans and peas and other legumes, great. No peanuts on this one and no nuts. All right, no tree nuts here. Going forward, olives. Olives are a fruit. You may count them as well. Again, if they come in a prepackaged little cup of olives with some juices or water in it, try to drain that out first. Your tomato derivatives, we kind of talked about this a little bit already with like salsas and tomato sauces. If the entire ingredient list is vegetables and spices, go ahead and count it. Any products that include oil or sugar or any type of preservatives or anything additional to just your vegetables and spices, do not count it from there on. Alrighty. So that is kind of in a nutshell the basis of the 800 gram challenge. I have a nice little flyer that I posted for those of you who are in the gym membership in our CrossFit Nashua or CrossFit Sauhegan members pages. I posted today a link to a nice little flyer going over everything we talked about today. Also has some good visuals there of what 800 grams of fruit or vegetables look like on one plate, and also what it looks like divvied up into 6 separate cups there, and how you can get those into your daily diet. So last couple minutes here, I'll open it up to Q&A. If you have any questions, let me know. Now would be the time to ask it. And again, while I wait for you guys to throw some questions in there, the last day to sign up is this Friday, July 31st. So we're going to have you guys sign up by Friday, and we're kicking off on Monday, August 3rd, and it's going to be 4 full weeks ending on the 30th. All right, Heidi has a question. Black beans, chickpeas, etc. from a can, drain, do they count? Yes, they do. Again, drain them first. Don't weigh them in the can or with the water. Make sure you zero out your scale there. Drain the water out, and then you may count those. So black beans, chickpeas, and those type of legumes will count towards your 800 grams. Good question. And again, if you're looking to sign up, there is a link in this description below on this video. And I've also emailed it to everybody, and it is also in the Facebook members group as well. So if you can't find it, let me know, but it should be out there. Any last questions today? And again, if you joined us late and you missed anything, this video will save to YouTube after, or if you want to go back and listen to it again, you can go back and give it a shot. All right, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm not going to take any more of your time. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight and going over this, and I hope to see you guys on Sugar WOD during the 800 gram challenge. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can hit me up at zach@crossfitsauhegan.com. That's ZACH at CrossFitSauhegan, SOUHEGAN.com. The link to sign up didn't work. All right, Marcy, I'll make sure you get that link. And if anyone else has trouble with the links, let me know. And again, Zach@CrossFitSauhegan.com if you have any questions. And we need to sign up by Friday, and we'll see you on Monday. I'm going to end the stream now. And Marcy, I will get you that link. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.